Justice for Adrianna. Where is the official report from the first autopsy? Who is leading the investigation into Adrianna's death? Why are people who are needed to help to find out the truth about Adrianna being blocked from entering Guyana? Let's talk about it. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Hey, subbies. What me wagon is them? Wagwan, everybody. Wagwan, how are you? Hope you have had a great week and looking forward to the weekend. If this is the first time you're coming to my channel, please stop, subscribe, click on the notification bell, click all so that when I drop the video, you get the call. So I just thought I'd come and give you a little update on things I found on Adrianna Younge's death. And as we know, this is not running smoothly at all. A lot of twists and turns, a lot of hold-ups, right? And it makes the whole country of Guyana look very suspicious. The government, the police force, the health ministers, all looking very suspicious. Weeks later, Adrianna's family are still waiting for a copy of the preliminary autopsy report. 3 weeks after an autopsy confirmed that 11-year-old Adrianna Younge died by drowning, her family have yet to receive the official report from the Guyana Police, GPF, raising growing concerns about the transparency and communication in the ongoing investigation. The family's attorney, Dexter Todd, confirmed on Tuesday that despite formally requesting a copy of the autopsy report the previous week, neither he or the family is in possession of the preliminary forensic findings. Can you believe that? They have not even given the family's attorney, Adrianna's father, right? They haven't given them their attorney, a report of the preliminary forensic findings. He hasn't had the report yet. Now the family has confirmed that a second autopsy will be conducted on Adrianna's body in the United States. Her body is expected to be flown out by next week. Meanwhile, even as the family struggles to get a copy of the autopsy report, Attorney General Anil Nandel has sought to downplay their quest for a second autopsy. He has said whether another post-mortem or forensic procedure would produce anything of value would be a matter for those who are pursuing that course of action. My information is that it will be of very little or no value. How can a second autopsy report be of very little or no value? What if the report came back, the second one, saying she drowned? It's confirmed she drowned. Would that man, Nandel, still say it's of no value? I bet he wouldn't. I bet they would grab that and say, you see, the second autopsy says drowning. But he's already preconceived that the second report will have no value. The second report might say drowning. He's preconceived it, in my opinion, because the second report is not going to say drowning, guys. Alleged, my opinion. The second report is not going to say drowning. It's the same way that when they first went to do the first autopsy, the man said, when they find water in the lungs, can you tell us whether it is pool or tap water? They didn't even do the autopsy yet. What does it was a doctor or who was this guy? A Mr. Wade, I believe. Yeah. He said, when they find the water in the lungs, the key in that, guys, is when they find, how did he know they will find water in the lungs before the autopsy even happened? Preconceived again. This man said, I'm shocked. My information is that it will be of little or no value for them to have a second autopsy. We all know anything medical, you don't understand what that doctor said, you get a second opinion. There's always a second opinion, a third, a fourth, a fifth. Very, very suspicious. Yeah. Nandel has said that Guyana Police Force, JPF, remains the sole lawful authority for conducting investigations in the country. The Guyana Police Force is the lawful authorised agency to conduct investigations in Guyana. The AG cautioned against outsourcing the core responsibilities of the local enforcement to external entities, noting that if such were to happen, every family would think that they are entitled to their particular case to be investigated by law enforcement agencies other than the Guyana Police Force. Jesus Christ. Guys, did that make sense to you, what I just said? What they're saying is the GPF, the Guyana Police Force, right, will be the only police force conducting the investigation, because if they let anybody else do it, every family gonna think they're entitled to their particular case to be investigated by an outside entity. They are doing everything to block this, guys, right? To block FBI or Scotland Yard, or to block a second autopsy from outside pathologists from outside Guyana. Why is that? Why is that? Remember, the police force, lies came out of a report they made about Adrianna going off in a car. Yeah? They retracted the lies. So the police force of Guyana needs investigating. They can't investigate themselves. How can they investigate this when they look like they are mixed up in some misconduct in this? Remember Leroy Smith? Police officer on the scene when Adrianna's body was found in the pool, who just stood there up on a balcony, stood there on the stairs on his phone, texting, whispering, with 3/4 of his jeans trousers wet. How comes the bottom of his jeans trousers was wet? Minister Nandel also dismissed criticisms against the government's handling of the matter, defending the actions taken to date. He said, there is a set of people in this country who will never be satisfied with anything the government does. They will always use any opportunity they get, as they are doing now with this unfortunate tragedy, to score as much political mileage as possible. What is he talking about? It's the family that don't believe the investigation and them autopsies. It's the family that wants second. It's the family. The family and the politics. Adrianna's father not in a politics. This is about the death of his daughter, the strange, mysterious death, and what is coming out to look like one big cover-up. What is he saying? That Adrianna's family, Adrianna's father and mother is trying to score points against the government? Who's he talking about? From my perspective, this is about an ordinary family and them data. When did this turn into politics in any case? What is this man talking about? He also dismissed the narrative being peddled that justice is lacking under the current administration, referencing to Henry Boyce and Courtney Erin cases, both which have resulted in charges and committal to stand trial in the court. Apparently, if somebody from the People's Progressive Party is not implicated or not charged, then it is an unsolved murder and there's no justice. The issue of getting access to the report came under further scrutiny following a meeting between the family and the Commissioner of Police, Clifton Hickton, last week. During that meeting, Hickton reportedly told the family that no preliminary autopsy report was available at that time. However, hours later, the GPF released a public statement outlining what it described as preliminary findings from the post-mortem examination conducted on Adrianna Younge's body. The police said that while the final report would only be issued upon completion of the toxicology and the historical analysis, they felt compelled to share some findings due to what they call a barrage of misinformation being peddled on social media intended to confuse and cause public mischief. The statement appeared to respond directly to public comments made by the family's attorney, suggesting that police had prematurely declared drowning as a cause of death. In defense, the GPF, that's the Guyana Police guys, said the Guyana Police Force wishes to make it abundantly clear that it was the relatives of the deceased, their lawyer and the doctor representing the family who divulged to the press and published on social media the preliminary finding of the cause of death, drowning, from the forensic examination. Thus, the Guyana Police Force categorically rejects the contention of Dexter Todd that the police prematurely or at all released the preliminary finding of the cause of death to the public. In a detailed 7-point release, the Guyana Police outlined its preliminary autopsy findings. So this is what In a detailed 7-point release, the Guyana police outlined its preliminary autopsy findings. No evidence of sexual assault. External genitalia examined, hymen intact. No traumatic injuries. Soft tissues and skeletal structure were unremarkable. Foam cone found in nostrils and mouth, often seen in drowning cases. Washerwoman skin changes, consistent with prolonged water immersion, no antemortem injuries. Skin was intact prior to death. Liquid in sphenoid sinus. A brain captivity was also consistent with drowning. Liquid in lungs, other key indicator of drowning. The police noted that further testing is underway. Blood and gastric samples have been sent to the National Medical Services Laboratory in the United States for comprehensive toxicological study. Excuse me, guys. Can't get my tongue around it. While tissue specimens are undergoing histological analysis by certified forensic pathologists at the Mount Sinai. Excuse me getting my tongue around that. Wait a minute. Histological and toxicological. Okay? Right. Despite the public release of preliminary findings, confusion persists over the police previous stance. Following the family's meeting with Hicken attorney, Dexter Todd reported that direct questions about the availability of the report were met with uncertainty. Is there a preliminary report available of the autopsy which was done? Todd has asked. That has not yet been provided, is not available, so we have no answer. The legal team was told. On whether the police would respond to review the report, the response was, well, we don't have the report, so no answer. So they have given a statement now. They are saying, guys, that the original release of Adrianna drowning came from the family. Well, that's what they told the family, and the family don't believe it. So the family said they were told by them it's drowning. They told it to the public because the family don't believe it, hence why we are where we are today. Right? So to me, it wasn't about whether it was in social media. It's about, was it the truth? Then they came out with, then they did release these preliminary findings, what I just tried to read to you, that they have found. But they're saying they are still waiting on the toxic report and the history report, okay? And until then, they cannot give the official finding, the type out finding. They cannot send it to the family's attorney. You ever hear anything like that? Why they can't send him the preliminary ones? At every corner, guys, is dodgy in this. It's so bad, right? And I'll say it again, for Adrianna's family, right? Just keep going. Adrianna's life been taken already, and just keep going as far as you can go. Keep going as far as you can go. Her life has been taken already. It's not like she's been kidnapped and you have to pay the ransom to get her back. So do not give up because you can't get her back. find out what happened to your daughter, some way or the other. Yeah. The family, guys, I've also had news that the family reached out to the FBI. So this is some news that came my way, right? Out of Guyana. The family reached out to the FBI and Scotland Yard, allegedly, I'll say still. The family has reached out to the FBI, Scotland Yard, and the Royal Canadian Mounted Police to conduct a private investigation into the death. Allegedly, that's what I heard. However, all were denied entry by the government. I don't understand why. Wouldn't they want someone to help them? Just like when Jamaica did want help with all the drugs business and the gangster business of Jamaica, they call in the Kingfisher team from the UK to help. All me I pull into Jamaica one time and at the airport, guys, and leaving Jamaica, and Kingfisher hold on to me. Yeah, body search. Innocent. I'm in a mind them I do them job. Yeah. Hold on to me. I thought I was going to miss my flight. Why wouldn't you want an outside entity to come in and help with such a mix-up case as a government when it looked like your government, your health ministry, your police, everybody allegedly looking like them corrupt? Me not understand. All were denied entry. Some year. This refusal has raised serious suspicions surrounding the death of the child. This refusal has raised serious suspicions surrounding the circumstances of the death of Adrianna. Also, allegedly, I've been told from the streets of Guyana, she does not fit into any known pattern associated with drowning. Allegedly. Allegedly. According to the nature of drowning, her case stands apart entirely. About a week ago, a man drowned in a pool in Linden, right there in Guyana. His death clearly highlights the major difference between his case and Adrianna's. In short, it seemed that she was KILLED. Due to the close personal connection between the owner of the hotel and the government and the police, allegedly, guys, they were used by the government to cover up the crime. The truth has been deliberately suppressed. Allegedly, guys, this is alleged. Me no know if that's true. But this is coming from the public streets of Guyana. Yeah? The situation is now far more complex than it initially appears. Should the current administration lose the upcoming election, key individuals could face arrest and prosecution by the International Court of Justice. You understand that, guys? Tell me if I'm wrong. Somebody correct me. I don't even know if I understand it myself. If the current party, they got elections coming up in Guyana, if the current party loses, right, there's going to be people up for arrest and prosecution by the other party or by the International Court of Justice. How can they know already that if the party lose, they would go to arrest and prosecute people? That means they know right now people in the government are doing wrong. At present, no government official is allowed to enter these countries, as their visas have been denied until the outcome of the case is resolved. The government has also denied access to several key outlining countries. Visa access from the United States, Canada, and the European Union remains suspended. What? And those involved are further prohibited from entering the United Kingdom. And those in, well, I'm just reading the word from the streets, guys. What has come up. So in every which way them block. Anybody coming in from the government from America, Canada, England, their visas have been suspended. Allegedly, guys. So I don't know what to say. They broke, and then even if they send the body out to America, if they send Adrianna's little body out to America, you hear what the man said? The results will carry little or no weight. Yeah? I not understand. So this is like, as far as I know, the latest, what is going on, but the family are still pushing, right? You know something? This government need to lose so that we can find out exactly what happened and people be prosecuted. If Adrianna's body goes to the States and she did not die from drowning and there's more to it, who's going to fight her corner in Guyana? This government here are blocking it all. This government need a... God, what is that word? Is it a coup? When they come in and the people overturn the government, the country need to overturn them. Where they not have no choice, exile them. How does it go, guys? Is it called a coup? When the public and take it into their hand and chuck the government out. Is that serious? How this police force, so listen, they bring in one retired Canadian policeman to oversee the investigation of the Guyanese police. What use is that? I don't understand. They will still do the investigation and he'll oversee they're doing it properly. Who are they kidding with that? One old retired Canadian policeman. What is that? That is Mickey Mouse business. Because even the good police in that police force, they cannot stand up to or against the alleged corruption that's going on in that police force, government and health ministry. Alleged, me say coming on know for true. This is my opinion. Right? The good police cannot. Who them are go whistleblower? This Canadian police retired man, probably, in my opinion, working for the government of Guyana, undercover. Why can't the FBI, Federal Bureau of Investigation of the United States of America, come to Guyana? Where them a block them visa for? Them no want find out what really a go on. You know why, guys? A one big bag of worms, it wouldn't just be Adrianna's death. A one big bag of worms would have opened up here. Me read earlier there's some other mysterious death them. Plus we have the young man what died in the same pool in the same hotel. Right? A few years ago. Them now want Scotland Yard. Scotland Yard are one of the best police. For the English police. Them not done till them find out the truth. Them not done. English police, Guyana, you don't want them come. You have blocked them visa. How come? Canadian man, you don't want help. Them say your police force corrupt. The government should want help to come in and investigate them police. No. Them not want nobody in the country. Them a block visa, them a block, them a this, them a that. Well, boy, maybe we need Trump to come deal with this situation. I don't know. How do you, when a country blocks out the world from investigating a young child's death, a mysterious death, so mysterious it's gone this far, and from every angle, main government, prime minister, health minister, chief of police, and also, guys, I was told, word in the street, the police force, that whoever is that chief, right? This is exactly, I'll read to you exactly what I was told. No part of the Guyana, this is allegedly, no part of the Guyana police force is to be trusted. These things have been going on for years. Only Adrianna case get to make it this far. And how can the police investigate theyself? It's the accent. The justice, what justice can come out of that? That is the words of a Guyana person, right? No part of the Guyana police force is to be trusted. These things have been going on for years. Only Adrianna case has made it this far. So Adrianna's family, you can't give up. Yeah? Her death will go in vain if you give up. Yeah? You have to make Adrianna's life and her name and her death mean something and be marked in history for greatness to come out of this. I don't know, I'm sure somewhere down in politics it might be a big move to make, but other countries can overturn what Guyana's saying. Them better mind them not declare war upon them backside out there. I don't know, guys. That's the latest of what I've got on the Adrianna story. And anything else coming to me, or I see anything else to put out in the news of Guyana, I'll come back and I will be updating on this story. They're blocking at every angle people trying to investigate this death. Like, share, subscribe. Tune in next time. I'm out, guys.